Yo, welcome to. I've never started like that.
You already
Ahoy!
screwed up.
Ahoy! Welcome to a Hero Story, episode number 80.
182.
182. Thank you, Sean.
I think.
Maybe. It's probably 182.
See, the problem is JD and Harper aren't here and they usually keep track well, but somebody screwed up big time.
Yeah. Hero Story is a comic book podcast where we talk comics. I'll explain what Sean was talking about in a second.
182. I got it.
Hey, we got it.
Nice.
We got a lot of news to go through this week. Comic book news came out. Well, more so comic book adaptation news. But for comics, I read Devil's Reign number 5, Thor number 23, and Amazing Spider-Man 92. What did you read?
I read Thor. I read Devil's Reign.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like the stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I skimmed Punisher.
I like to hear about that.
The only thing I think that's interesting is the ending. Like the ending makes everything make sense. Oh, okay. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 9.
Oh, I read that too.
Yeah. And then I skipped to the end of Trial of the Amazons, just to see who got murdered.
I thought that was later. Okay, we'll get into it eventually.
There's a lot of books I picked up this week that I haven't gotten to. Like Gwenverse came out this week.
Yeah, there's a lot. So that Captain Carter came out as well.
Unfortunately, I do a thing where I basically give my shop a list of like what's coming out for the next 2 months and what to pull from each day. And I forgot to give them a new one, and it like ended last week based on everything. So Captain Carter had sold out on the shelves, so I didn't get to pick it up. So
is that selling fast?
I think it just went quickly in my shop because I think this counts as like the first official appearance, because I've read the first issues of Avengers Forever. I have to read number 3. It came out, I think, last week. But I believe the only time she has appeared is that small cover appearance on Avengers Forever number 1. I think Captain Carter number 1 counts as like her first full appearance.
Interesting. Okay, my shop.
I mean, I could be wrong. I can't read everything, but I try to read everything that's important.
Maybe I'll pick that up after. I'm gonna go to my shop later tomorrow. Anyways, usually we have 4 to 5 hosts. This week we just have 2.
Because someone's dumb.
That's on me. I was out. We were gonna record at 8 o'clock Mountain Time, which is my time zone, and I'm like, all right, 8 o'clock. See you guys then. It's we're just starting. It's 8:43 right now.
He got dinner with his mommy.
I got dinner
forgot
with my
about
mom.
us.
Yeah, my mom's visiting. She doesn't live in Canada, but she's visiting Canada for a week or 2. So I went and got dinner with her. I came home and I was just talking to my roommates and my girlfriend. And my girlfriend's I go to my girlfriend after 40 minutes of conversation, just like, oh, we should watch a movie tonight. What do you want to watch? And she's like, don't you have your podcast? And my heart just sank. I was like, oh God, I do. Oh no, yeah, it's Thursday night.
I was in this waiting room for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So that's on me. So I arrive and I like open up my computer and I'm like, start the call, get in the call, and Sean's the only one here.
And one, because I have no life. 2, I genuinely thought to myself at 10 o'clock when we were supposed to start, I said, man, you should message Hunter and see if we're starting now. But then the good, courteous gentleman side of my brain went, no, that's rude. He's out with his mom. Don't rush him. And here we are. He just forgot about us for 40 minutes.
I did. I'm sorry.
And being that I'm the only one that's here, forgot about me for 40 minutes.
Yeah. JD, he messaged me this morning being like, is there a lot to talk about this week? Because I read Devil's Reign and that was it. And I told him, well, you should read Superman because it's like part of the Nightwing story. And there is a lot of news. And he said, okay, I thought we were doing an off week this week because I didn't think there was much. And I'm like, nope, there's still a lot. So I don't know if JD was actually fully down to record tonight or not. Harper, I didn't talk to him about this. Tyler, no. And I know Jeff Johns was supposed to be on this week, but I guess he just got tired of waiting. So
Sure.
Yeah, sorry about that. That being said, this is for real. I won't say who, but we do have a guest lined up.
Really?
Yep.
Anybody I know?
Yep.
Big name?
I'll text it to you. Don't say who it is. JD has been talking to this.
Oh, I think I know who it is then.
I'll say writer. It's not an artist. I won't say. I think I know who it is.
Send the goddamn name.
Sorry.
What's the name?
Here, I'll just say, boom.
God, you take forever to type.
Uh,
Yep, that's who I thought.
yeah.
I'm
So
excited. All right.
it should be good though. We
Yeah.
should be talking to this specific person soon. I'm not gonna say who in case things don't work out, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Something I've actually read though, exciting.
yeah. So we'll be talking to this person probably in a month. JD's the guy. I thought JD would do the announcement, but I didn't even know. Hopefully, JD's okay with me saying this. But I'm not saying a name. I'm not saying a company. I'm not saying a book. I'm just saying that it's a writer in the industry. Could be Marvel, could be DC, could be Image, but
We finally got him.
we finally did it.
We got
Jeff Johns. It's not Jeff Johns.
No. I was gonna say oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Writer of The Boys. Why am I blanking on his name?
Oh, The Boys.
Oh crap. Also wrote Punisher. Why can't I think of this name? It starts with a G.
I've noticed you've been reading a lot of Boys. Just know next quiz episode.
I've read all of The Boys.
Okay, next quiz episode, you're getting Boys questions.
I knew that was gonna happen because I think everyone forgot that I have read every single issue of The Boys.
How many issues is it?
It was 84 pre Dear Becky. So after Dear Becky, it's got to be 92 total. Because they did an 8-issue miniseries in 2020, which was coincidentally when I read the whole series because season 2 was coming out, and so I read the entire thing because I love season 1, and like now that's my main wheelhouse. Like I can talk anything about the Boys.
You're the Boys guy.
Yeah, God, but I can't remember the guy's stupid name.
Well, now I know what to ask you on a quiz. Is it good? Do you recommend it?
All right, so
that's okay.
It's an acquired taste.
Before you continue, I've asked people that have read The Boys before. I'm like, do you recommend it? And they always start with, all right, well,
so the thing with it is, I think it is a very good series. However, I will definitely say it's not for everyone because it can be disgusting in places because it's a lot of mature content. Like in the art as well, like it's very graphic, but like the thing I love about it the most is the boys and the characters. Like it's completely different from the show. Like that's what's fascinating watching the show as somebody who read the comics, is that they really did make their own original story out of the comics. And they just posted today, they're like they posted time to even the playing field, and they posted a picture of Carl Urban's Butcher with glowing eyes like Homelander. And that doesn't happen in the comics. In the comics, the boys just take Compound V and they're just really strong because it's like a special variant of it to make the boys, able to take on supes. And that's what I like about the comics. The comics, it's not, because in the show, they're kind of like guerrilla warfare. They're just like, all right, we're going to do this. Hopefully it works. Like in the comics, they actually have a plan. And like they want to screw with the supes, they want to mess with them. Like they literally pull pranks basically on them, like dark pranks where they'll be like, hey, we have this blackmail on you. If you don't offer up one of your members and kick them out of the team, we'll release everything we have on all of you. So better start choosing. And they just listen in via like wiretaps and stuff on all of them arguing like, it's got to be him. He's the useless link. And like they just like causing chaos.
Interesting.
But the thing I love about the story the most is that I love the relationship between Butcher and Huey, because they're two very different characters in the comics. And it's a very like what I posted today from issue number 71, like it's not like, your healthy buddy relationship, but you see that like, I can't really describe it, but I love that like mentor relationship between the two, because it does come full circle in the end. Anyway, I could talk forever on the boys, but this is a show that we talk about Marvel and DC, and you haven't read a single issue, even though actually, yeah, you guys did ramble about Invincible a lot on this show.
I love Invincible.
And I need to get back into Invincible.
One of my favorite comics ever made. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll just jump into the news, which is just Marvel and DC news. Starting off, Sony says that Kraven is an anti-hero.
No, they didn't.
I mean, he was referred to.
Whoever wrote that article said that Kraven is an anti-hero.
But that being said, that's definitely what they're going for in the movie. They casted a villain. Like,
Are you surprised that a solo movie
yeah, no,
about a villain is shifting the focus to anti-hero?
I'm more so surprised because when this movie was announced, I didn't think it was going to happen. Now it's going to happen.
However, that isn't Sony directly saying it. It's whoever
That's
wrote
true.
that. It was Deadline, right? It was whoever wrote
Deadline.
that article referred to it as anti-hero. Now, unless they got that directly from Sony, if they did the interview and Sony said, "Oh yeah, he's a revered anti-hero," but let's wait.
You used to call yourself like anti-hero analysis, right?
Yeah, because I love anti-heroes because I am super messed up. Why do you think I like The Boys?
Okay. Is Craven an anti-hero?
No, he's not.
Yeah, exactly.
There's literally just an arc in Beyond where Ben Reilly fights Craven. Craven literally just took on Elektra, Woman Without Fear, because he's a villain.
He wanted to kill Jane Foster last month or 2 months ago, shooting at her Pegasus.
What was that in Valkyrie?
Yeah, that was in Valkyrie.
Does Valkyries have a title, or was that
Mighty Valkyrie? It was only 5 issues.
It was a miniseries, right?
It was a miniseries. It was good though.
Because I remember there was like King and Black tie-ins for Valkyrie. I didn't know if
and it was
there
still
was anything
Jane,
since then.
Well, it was Mighty Valkyrie was about Jane, and they also brought in the Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok from the comics. Because she's just called Valkyrie there, but her name's Runa.
They gave her a name, yeah.
Yeah, Runa. So she's in the comics now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next bit of news. This is just a rumor, but I put it on our news. We're going over Marvel first, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. Captain Marvel 2 is rumored, or the Marvels is rumored to be swapping places with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because the Marvels has been done filming for about a month now. They're just going over effects and whatnot. While
Black Panther has had numerous delays and
and they're not done filming.
Well, Letitia Wright, that's the way you pronounce it, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she got injured back in like the fall, so they had to.
But she was out for like 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
But since
I'm not surprised.
Done, essentially, they plan on switching spots over.
You know what's interesting? Next year we're going to be caught up with the MCU. Endgame took a 5-year time jump, so they went into 2023. Because of COVID, we got delayed so much. We're actually going to be caught up with Endgame's timeline. It's actually going to make sense again.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I'm okay with that. Unless there's another time jump somewhere, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I think it's set to come in theaters like November or something like that.
I don't know. So we'll wait. When
this year,
2023. This year,
Black
Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, this year.
Oh, so it's going to be up against Black Adam.
Yeah, I will. But now I guess the Marvels.
Black Panther versus Black Adam. All right.
No, the Marvels will be. Disney did a
Investor Day.
As far as superhero news, we didn't get anything. We got our
as far as Star Wars news, we got so much.
We got a lot. We got one big.
By the way, are we ever gonna do a Star Wars hero story? Star Wars stories.
Of course. Don't
Whatever
ask
it's
when.
called.
Don't ask when. A hero story, a Star Wars story.
Dude, the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer is the
only thing
that made me feel something this week.
Are you okay with that?
No, I'm really not. But
here's something that'll make you feel something.
We're living.
For Marvel and DC news for Investor Day, they confirmed that Miss Marvel will come up before She-Hulk.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. However, leaked product stuff gave us our first look at She-Hulk. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's green. Cool.
She's green.
Like I said,
Jason Aaron, She-Hulk.
I got a notification on my phone being like, first look at She-Hulk. I'm like, oh, and I click on it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's She-Hulk. I don't know what I was expected. Yeah. But okay, yeah, that's her.
Green lady. Got it. Yep. Cool.
Done. Charlie Cox did an interview asking when we'll see Daredevil again. And his answer was expect to see Daredevil everywhere.
Nice.
So
oh my God, I lost my mind when I saw that ad pop up, or like Disney posted. They were literally like, all I saw, I was watching. So Taylor Tomlinson, the comedian, came out with a new special on Netflix. So I was watching that with a friend, and I was over at her house, and we're watching it. And then I literally checked my phone, and all I saw was the Daredevil logo floating onto screen.
Yeah.
And with my friend, like in her house where her little siblings are running around, I just went, holy shit, thinking that we were getting a Daredevil show announced or something.
Same, I did too.
And then it was like just Jessica Jones, Punisher, all coming to Disney Plus. And I was like, oh,
you had to start with that
man.
blank screen, and then you see like the Evil coming.
I got
in
so
section.
excited because I was just there like, no fucking way. And
I
then it was
shocked
like,
too, yeah.
they're showing up on March 16th. And I was like, oh, man.
That being said, next bit of news. Marvel announced that they're doing a new project so to start filming this fall. Code name Blind Faith.
Blind Faith.
Because they had to do
that is pretty on the nose.
Yeah, it is. They always do little nicknames and stuff for their projects when filming, just so then when people are, say they're filming in Vancouver, if someone in Vancouver comes up to them and be like, oh, what are you guys filming? And they say Daredevil, they'll be like, oh, and they'll want to get a picture, but they say, we're filming something called Blind Faith.
Yeah.
They'll move on.
Well, that's the thing. Punisher, I think, wasn't Punisher filmed under the name just Crime?
Yep.
I think yeah.
So when people ask what are you filming, they said Crime.
Yeah.
But Blind Faith, it's always something that relates to what they're doing. So
yeah,
Punisher, Crime, that makes sense.
Blind Faith is pretty on the nose. I'm trying to think of like there's anybody else that could belong to, but really there's not.
But we don't know if this was a movie or if it's a show, but
I would rather a show. Something I was thinking about because of Kenobi, like we got Ewan McGregor for 3 movies as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now we're getting him for a full limited series on Disney Plus, which is longer than any movie. Hopefully he doesn't go the Book of Boba Fett route where he's barely in the thing.
Yeah.
And it's all flashbacks. I hope it doesn't go that route. I'm very hyped. As soon as I heard Duel of the Fates kick in, it was just there like, oh, here we go, baby.
That mixed with
Battle of the Heroes. I was like, oh,
they knew where
we're in business.
I do think that I'd be okay with the movie. I'd be okay with the movie for Daredevil.
I see, that's the thing. I think with all these series though, it's like, except for the Batman, like I like the longer storytelling. I like the development, and I feel like with Daredevil, I feel like he does better with that long story where you can really dive into his character. I don't know what a movie with him would look like yet, aside from the Ben Affleck movie from 2003, which makes me want to bleach my eyes. But yeah, I don't have strong feelings this podcast, do I?
Yeah, clearly not. I would be okay with the movie. I prefer movies over shows. I feel like all the Disney Plus shows, although they've been enjoyable, nothing's been like, you have to watch this. Like, I don't go to people being like, you have to watch Loki, you have to watch WandaVision. Like, they're good. I enjoyed them, but I'm not praising them like I am.
We'll see what happens when Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness comes out, because then we'll be like, you don't have to watch WandaVision. Oh, wait, maybe you do.
Well, yeah, you do for like continuity and stuff, but if Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a TV show, I'd be like, come on, just making a movie. Like, what if No Way Home was a show? We get more hours, but no, that's a movie. Like, that's a movie story. Like, I don't know. I feel like you do more with movie. I don't know if that makes sense. You could technically do more with shows because there's more time, but I feel like a movie is more enjoyable than a show.
I feel like a movie is where you put like the big story that's like, so like if Daredevil ran for like 2 seasons and then we are getting to something like, just because it's on my mind, Devil's Reign, where it's like an event, then you put it into a movie.
Yeah, okay, that's
Shadowland, the movie coming.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. But okay, if they're doing like an event, then yeah, you make a movie like a Daredevil movie, but then you would probably have like
that's something
Captain America and that, like,
that was something I wanted from a Daredevil season 4 if we got it. Not Shadowland, but I wanted the black suit with the red wraps around the arms. Was that Souls? I think that was Souls.
That was Souls, yeah.
It was in Defenders as well.
Did you know the original plot that the writers were planning up?
I'm assuming it was something with Bullseye.
No, it wasn't. They were saving that for season 5.
Really? What was season 4?
It was going to be Typhoid Mary and the Owl as the villain.
Interesting, because they killed Owsley in the first season, and
they're going to do like the
a different owl.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And then Typhoid Mary, they started setting her up in Iron Fist season 2, and then that show said
they did.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary was in season 2.
What? I didn't watch season 2.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Typhoid Mary was in season 2. Mary
Interesting.
Walker. But you never saw the Bloody Mary persona. It was just Mary and Walker. So it was
Interesting.
just the innocent, like, person who wanted to help Danny. And then it was like this cutthroat mercenary for hire.
Hmm.
And like the big mystery, like in the season for Typhoid Mary, was that she like kept talking about like how they first developed like the multiple personality disorder, and how like all that time Mary thought Walker got them out of this prison, while Walker thought Mary like convinced a guard to let her out or whatever. And then they realized that neither of them got Mary out, and so they realized it was the Bloody Mary persona that they hadn't seen yet, so they were setting
So
that
they
up.
definitely teased it.
They teased it, and then Iron Fist season 3 never happened, because Iron Fist season 2 also set up Orson Randall, the Iron Fist that uses 2 pistols. They set him up in the very end of the finale.
Well,
And-
yeah, like they
yeah.
all were setting up things.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that Daredevil season 3, although it sucks that it was canceled, it ended.
It's a definitive end. I don't give a fuck about that bullseye end scene.
I mean, I thought it was
doesn't
cool,
matter.
but Matt's story ended.
It ends. It does.
Like, imagine if it ended with Defenders, where the building falls on Matt, and then the end.
Yeah, I mean that would suck, but at least it would still be like a definitive end. Like if it was a cliffhanger, I would be very pissed. Like,
yeah.
Daredevil had a definitive. I love how we always get into the Netflix Marvel
What?
shows.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Wait,
right
hold
now.
on. I just got to
That's a
finish my
good
point
point.
though. I feel like I feel like the ones that had definitive ends was Daredevil season 3, Punisher season 2, because it just ends with him deciding, yes, I'm gonna be the Punisher. And then Jessica Jones season 3 was like, yes, I will return to New York City. I'll continue to help people. I'm not gonna run. So like those were the only ones that ended well, but Luke Cage, Iron Fist, they both kind of had a cliffhanger. What was that it? Yeah, I think that's all of them, because Defenders was limited. All right, yeah, that's my ending point.
DC
we always
news.
get on Netflix Marvel.
DC news. So 2022 is the year of heroes, right?
2022 is the year of heroes, and the hierarchy of power is gonna change.
I saw the Batman last week, obviously, and right before the movie, we got a big.
They did. They played the year of heroes.
2022 is the year of heroes. I'm seeing it again on Sunday. I wonder if we'll see that again.
Oh my god, could you imagine if they get rid of it?
Warner Brothers decided to push all of DC's movies around. So Black Adam and Super Pets are swapping places. So Black Adam is now coming out October 21st.
I know, that was the Black Adam release date. Hold with me, okay? Just listen. So Black Adam was that day. Now it's moving to October. Super Pets is going to be going there. So we did a little bit of a switcheroo there.
This is what The Rock said. The Rock made bad news sound good. Like, I'll give him that.
It's Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
so
he's
it
so
is
lovable.
Now, yeah, from July 29th, it was going to be competing with Thor, I guess. Now they decided, no, we can't do this. So they moved it to October 21st, or from July 29th to October 21st. The Flash and Aquaman both pushed back to next year.
The Flash has been delayed how many times now? 9?
I think this is the 9th.
9?
Remember it was going to come out in 2017?
No, it wasn't 2018?
Oh, yeah, 2018. It was like March 2018, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was early. So Aquaman 2 was pushed back from December 16th of this year to March 17th next year. So not that big of a push, but it still sucks as 2023 now. The Flash was November 4th this year. It was going to be competing with Black Panther, apparently, but Captain Marvel was going to be replacing that, I guess. But now it's going to be June 23rd next year. We went from The Flash is like a few months or like 6 months away to over a year away. We're not even a year. Like, why?
And what's funny is we all know it's pretty much just going to be a reset button. So
Yeah, they're just using it too.
it's just going to be a reset button.
Shazam. Shazam.
Isn't it coming out earlier now?
Is now coming out this year. It's not going to be next year anymore. It's going to be coming out December. It took Aquaman's spot of December something. December.
That means
16th.
we're getting a Black Adam post-credit scene in that. I'm guaranteeing it.
Oh, that's kind of cool how we
Guaranteeing
have the
it.
2 Shazam characters coming out one year.
I guarantee it's gonna happen.
So why? That's the question. We don't know.
I got a
And
theory.
they don't know either.
I got
Before you say your theory, James Wan he broke
he was
the
thankful
silence.
for it.
He said he has no idea why Warner Brothers did this, but he's thankful because Aquaman has a lot of special effects, a lot of CGI. It's underwater half the movie, so it takes a while to develop that. And he says, you know what, this gives us more time to make it look nicer. So he's okay with that. What's your theory, though?
How important is Russia in movie ticket sales?
Well, the Batman's doing great right now, and that's not in Russia.
But my theory, maybe the Batman's not performing as well as they projected if they had those sales. I don't think a single country would make a huge difference. However,
it is the biggest country in the world.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it doesn't have the largest population as China.
Yeah.
But like, I wonder if it's because of the current climate we live in and the chaos going on right now.
It's possible, or these movies just weren't done. Maybe
that's what I feel like is the more predominant theory. But part of me was like, because a lot of a lot of studios have been basically banning their movies from releasing in Russia because of the conflict. So that's where I'm like, I wonder if they're seeing an impact and they want to wait to see if things will blow over. So
maybe. We'll see. Good.
Sorry to take it to a dark route there, but
no,
that was the thought on my mind.
You could be right, but yeah.
Shazam but 2... I do think it could very well be that they're not done. They looked at a first cut and they're like, oh,
and it makes sense that Shazam finished filming a while ago, like a long time ago.
We got a whole behind the scenes reel. We haven't seen a teaser or a trailer, but we got a whole behind the scenes thing.
But even then, like, Shazam finished filming months ago. And Aquaman just finished filming. So I found it weird that Shazam was so it finished filming and there's still 2 years before the movie actually releases.
Yo, those kids are going to be so old by the time
exactly. So I'm okay with Shazam moving up. It sucks that we have to sacrifice these other movies, but I'm glad that it's
it.
I mean,
you're only excited for Aquaman.
I prefer. No, I'm more excited for Aquaman of all these movies coming out. I'm more excited for Shazam over Flash, though.
Okay. And what about Black Adam?
Well, Black Adam's still coming out this year and before Shazam 2, but I prefer Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this Shazam movie. I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about Super Pets?
Day one, man. Day one. JD and I reviewed Teen Titans Go to the movies on this podcast.
I still haven't watched that.
Fantastic. And we both loved it. We'll be reviewing this too. I mean, I hate the cast, but
I gotta go back and watch the old Teen Titans show.
Teen Titans Go, or just like
the original?
Oh, the original. Okay.
It's a lot I don't remember. I remember specific episodes. I remember the whole Tokyo special, but there's a lot I forgot. So I gotta go back and watch that at some point. I started to, but then things got busy.
Sean, did you go to the Ratalada website from the Batman?
Hold on. Being that we're on DC Super Pets, I just want to throw it out there quickly. Keanu Reeves is voicing Batman.
Yeah, that's great. But also Dwayne Johnson is voicing Krypto.
Doesn't matter. I'm so happy.
You're right.
See Keanu Reeves voicing
You're
Batman.
Right. It doesn't matter. You're right.
Because Keanu Reeves, we've seen him do like the voice of Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. Canada's greatest stuntman. Yeah, you must have really liked that character.
Oh, I related to him because he's Canadian.
Yeah, but like Keanu Reeves voicing Batman, I like the idea of Keanu Reeves doing more voice work. I feel like that's a lot of fun.
He does have a recognizable voice too.
But the other thing is, a lot of his movie roles are always like the serious, like guns, lots of guns, and then in the animated movies he gets to do like all the fun lines and everything. And I remember watching like the behind the scenes of him for Duke Kaboom, and he just gets so into it. I love Keanu Reeves. I don't think anybody on this planet does not love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's great. He's the greatest. Yeah. Anyways, Ratatouille. Have you been...
Yeah, they changed it. So they changed it
Yeah.
periodically.
Mm-hmm.
They did different things.
So, for those who don't know, the website that Batman. This isn't a spoiler or anything.
Am I the only one that knows the difference between L and La?
This isn't a spoiler to the Batman. So if you haven't seen it, it's okay. There is a moment in the movie where they go to a website. That website's called Ratalada. And on that website is a bunch of riddles, essentially. I won't go into details on the plot, but the website is real. It's an actual thing in real life. But if you go to the website, you get riddles that
It's
you
not
can
like
just
we had a whole
decipher
spoiler
yourself.
episode talking about the Batman.
I know, but people could skip that.
So if you did, that would be kind of rude to the show.
Why
Not gonna lie.
our show? Come on, man. Anyways, there is hints of Two-Face. There's numbers coming down where if you go to the number in Detective Comics.
Oh, fuck you, by the way.
What?
I think a really cool idea would be mixing Hush and the Court of Owls. I think Tyler brought up on last podcast that would be a really good idea. I'm sorry, whose idea was that Tyler agreed would be really cool?
I thought it was Tyler. I'm sorry, man.
But then after I bring this up, you didn't even dare say, oh yeah, by the way, local comic Sean for the credit. Nope.
I still disagree with you, but anyways, yeah, the numbers go to a Detective Comics issue where Two-Face escapes from Arkham. So there's an hint, but there's something else there. Have you been on the website at all?
I went on it twice, but I know it's changed even more, but I haven't really delved into it. It hasn't
necessarily changed. There's a loading screen and there's percentages, right? Like loading 50%, loading 60%. It's a countdown. Sean, it's a countdown. We're at 91% right now. I checked earlier today and we were at 80.
I feel like you're going full conspiracy theorist. Sean, it's a countdown. Like you're about to do the Charlie Day conspiracy meme and just be like, let me talk to you about the mail. Can I talk to you about the mail?
Sean, okay,
just let me talk to you about the mail.
Sean, you're in New York, right?
Yeah.
So the numbers that go for Detective Comics for where Two-Face comes out could be that, but it's also coordinates to your location. And if this countdown ends, I think New York's gonna get flooded.
Oh shit! It's been a good run, people.
Like I knew with last episode.
I knew with the sea level rising that Long Island wasn't going to be a safe place anymore. But you know what? I didn't realize it would come this soon. But I'm glad that I had my little bit of a Kung Fu Girl wine. It really packs a punch. And yeah,
like this ain't
that's
good.
The name of this brand that got recommended to me by the seller. He literally said, he goes, yeah, this is good, Kung Fu Girl. And I was like, interesting name for a wine. Sure.
It is an interesting name for a wine. Sure.
Right. So the joke I have, it packs a punch.
Okay. So my question to you.
If Harper was here right now, he would tear me a new one for saying that.
My question for you, 91%, it's going up. When it gets to 100, what's going to happen?
Like I care.
Come on, man.
I'll see everyone ever tweet about it. I won't have to know what happens when it hits 100.
Bro, you're on a podcast talking about this stuff.
True.
Yeah,
obviously we're gonna get announced. It's literally just going to be the Batman sequel confirmed. That's all it's gonna be.
What you think?
That's all it's gonna be, because
something else.
There hasn't been an official confirmation of a sequel yet. There's talk that, yeah, there are ideas, but we haven't really delved into stuff. Pattinson has said that himself. I'm telling you, it is just going to be the Batman 2 is confirmed. Thank you. And maybe they'll say who a possible villain is.
You know what I think to that?
Pray tell.
To quote Matt Reeves himself. Hold on, let me clip.
Interesting. No.
Is this the Hush video?
No, that's just that's Matt Reeves' voice.
Just saying no.
Interesting. No, I don't think it's gonna be that. That'd be nice. What I think it's gonna be is a disappointment, because what I want it to be, or what I believe is possibility to happen, is Matt Reeves mentioned the scene with the Joker and Batman had a scene in Arkham in the movie that we didn't get to see. Maybe
you think it's just going to be the release of a deleted scene?
Well, when you say it like that. But yeah, I do.
You want to reach around?
Yeah, it's just the scene from the Snyder Cut.
But with them.
but with them, it's the same dialogue and everything. I guess we'll have to wait and see. By the time this podcast is out, it should be at 100. So everyone's probably laughing at us because it was just like promotional art or something like that.
Or maybe
it
literally
was
just going to
nothing.
be the Batman sequel confirmed.
Yeah, how are they going to
All
do
it's
that?
going to be.
I'm just curious.
All it's going to be.
It's interesting.
It's all it's going to be.
You know what? It's marketing. It's good marketing. Although you're just like, I'll see you on Twitter. I love this. I love this idea. I've been checking all day. I've been refreshing all day, being like, oh, what percent is it at now? I'm gonna check
Well, it is
right when I wake up
brilliant
this morning.
marketing, but I'm not going to be typing in rataalada.com every minute of every
Bro,
single
just have it on your
day.
phone and hit refresh. Just
No,
take a different tab.
Hunter, unlike you, I don't have a life, but I have a work life. So I have to work.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm a student.
Meanwhile, you restock
student.
speakers or whatever you do.
And I'm a student. So.
And you're a student. I'm also a student. So good times.
That's true. Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
also
drowning
41.
at all.
You're 41. So come on.
I know I'm 41. I decided that after managing a pub for 20 years, I would go back to school and get my degree.
You just said you're drowning in it all. You will be drowning when this thing gets to 100 and New York gets hit.
Now it gets flooded. Yeah.
Full circle.
It'll
right
be
there.
no man's land. Yeah. Hey, dude, I already dealt with Ida and I dealt with Sandy in 2012. I've dealt with flooding. I'll be fine.
Can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim.
Okay, you're good then.
Yeah. And Iden destroyed our campus. We saw a lot of flooding. I was up till 5 a.m. dealing with it.
Awesome. So
yeah.
HBO, man.
I love how we get into the interesting real life stories. That's when Hunter's like, okay, back into my fictional world.
Back into the fictional world. HBO Max has said, you know what? We're not doing a Gotham show. Matt Reeves did say last week that it's evolved to an Arkham Asylum show, but just the other day, like 2 days ago, HBO said that they're not doing a Gotham police show because the reasoning was because Gotham exists and they realized that. So they're just like, we're not going to do a show set in Gotham about the police of Gotham because that's already been done before.
No, really?
Yeah. And
however, I would love to see a show with Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon.
I agree. And I hope that he's in this Arkham Asylum show. That
also, Tyler did such a good impression of Gordon last episode. You're telling me that Kenzie, I can't do it as good. He did such a good job with that. I was listening back to it. I'm like, that was spot on.
We gotta get you out of here, man.
We gotta get you out of here.
Okay. Gotham Knights game has a release date. It's October 25th this year. You have a PS4, Sean?
Don't tell me it's a PS exclusive.
It's not. What do you play on?
Xbox One.
Damn it, I hope there's crossplay.
By the way, when I say play, I haven't really played in God knows how long. I started Guardians of the Galaxy in December before Christmas. I got up to the Monster Lady boss. I beat the Monster Lady boss after trying to sell Groot. I have not played it since. It has been 3 months.
It's a good game. It
is a very good game. I like it. And I think I just saw something about that where they were like, they called it a disappointment or whatever. I think it was great. I don't care what people say.
But you also played 3 hours and stopped.
Doesn't matter. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
the music's good. I love the huddles where you have to do the pep talk. I love all the mechanics in it. And yes, I only played the first however many levels, but I had a blast with it so far. And I imagine it's still going to impress me the more I go on.
If you go on.
If I go on when I actually have time, which, hey, spring break next week. I don't have a life. I'll only be working. So we're going to play something, or we're actually going to, clean my apartment because I haven't done dishes in a little bit.
And read comics probably.
And read comics because it's not only my pleasure, it's a part of my job.
At least you still enjoy it. Do you?
I do still enjoy it. Yeah.
That's
I literally cannot complain about my weekend job because I love it.
Okay, that's good.
I love it so much.
So Gotham Knights coming out October 25th. Still no additional gameplay or any other announcements to go with that, but I imagine we'll get some more information.
Hey, Red Hood's gonna be in it.
Yep, so is Nightwing, so I'm in. Gotham Knights is also getting a TV show, as we know.
Which they casted Bluebird.
Yep. Harper.
Interesting first pick, but hey, we haven't seen her in live action.
Yeah, we haven't.
She was not one of the photographs in Titans. So, hey.
What?
In Titans, in the very first episode, it showed after Jason Todd died that Bruce was like already looking for a replacement. And the 3 photos on the screen were Carrie Kelly, Duke Thomas, and Stephanie Brown. But they didn't, that was all they showed. Because then Dick flips out and goes, "Are you seriously recruiting another person?" And Bruce is like, "Do you want to be Robin again?" Like, he's so desperate. Titans.
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 So yeah,
Let me write season 4. I'll put Wally West into it. I think I had a really good thing going with you and JD that one episode.
Bluebird was casted for the show. The Gotham Knights is going to be based essentially off the game.
Well, it's a pilot right now that they're
doing a pilot, but the game.
So now somebody else was casted too, though, right? But
there were other
know
people.
the role.
Well, we do know the roles. So the game is Nightwing, Dick Grayson, Red Hood, Jason Todd, Robin, I believe, is Tim Drake, and then Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. So
that's the game.
So for the show, so far they're doing Bluebird, Harper Row, which we haven't seen in comics in like 5 years.
They're doing a new son for Bruce Wayne, I heard.
Yep. They're doing someone named Turner Hayes, who is, after the death of his parents, Bruce Wayne adopted him. Not Robin, not a superhero, just Bruce adopted this guy, but chose not to tell him he's Batman. Also, I didn't write down the names of the cast.
You think that's a fake out for Nightwing?
No, I don't know. Turner Hayes. Maybe
it is the CW.
It is the CW, maybe. I didn't write down the actors' names for this, but the other 2 characters, Carrie Kelly has been casted. So the Robin from The Dark Knight Returns, and
well, she was also in the New 52.
Joker's daughter.
Nice.
Like from New 52, like the girl that is in Joker's daughter. That's just her villain name is Joker's daughter.
Not just New 52. She was around till the end of Joker War.
She was in Rebirth, yeah. Yeah, I guess she was. She is.
She was around until Red Hood and the Outlaws number 50 in Rebirth, because they send her back to her actual home, to her actual parents, and Plush Superman joins her.
She's
to keep a watchful eye on
minor
her.
character that isn't very popular. She's not the Joker's daughter. She believes she was for a while, but she's not. She wears the Joker's face that he cut off in New 52.
Yep.
And
stapled back on during Death of the Family.
Yeah, she wears that face.
Yep.
And she tries to be crazy, but
she tries to be crazy.
It's like she's forcing herself, like, I'm insane, but she's not.
Okay, so think about every girl that you had a crush on that ended up like becoming super rebellious in high school and like just rebelled against their parents completely and like just went to crazier and crazier levels. That's the Joker's daughter.
You don't have to have a crush on her, but yeah. It's just that person, yeah, that they're just like, I'm quirky, I'm scary, I'm edgy. That's like, but you're not. Like, Joker's actually insane, right? She's not. She's just pretending she is. And that's why she's a character in Red Hood comics, because Jason's just like, you got to calm down. Like,
she was weird in Red Hood and Arsenal.
Yeah, because it's basically Jason.
Because then she does like that double cross in the end. That was a stupid thing for her in that story.
She's a character that seems like writers are just like, I guess we'll use her for this. But
well, it's probably like, hey, TV shows still don't really let us use the Joker. Who else can we use? The Joker's daughter.
We can't use Harley. Punchline's too new. So I guess the Joker's daughter.
Oh, I could totally see them doing Punchline.
I could see them doing Punchline as well.
I could totally see them doing Punchline. And then
that first appearance.
And in terms of, but like literally in terms of the Joker, like they couldn't do the green hair for Gotham or even call him the Joker. Titans, they had to kill him off screen. And then same with Batwoman. Why do you think Bruce left Gotham all those years ago? He snapped and killed the Joker.
Okay,
fine. Just why can't we have characters both on television and in movies? It annoys me because like my theory, and I believe I'm correct, but the genuine belief is that they don't want comparisons. They don't want people comparing and saying one is better than the other. One's great, one sucks. That's also part of the reason why I feel like Sony wouldn't do 2 Spider-Man on screen at the same time. It's the only reason why we can't get more versions of the characters. Meanwhile, while that may happen, the real fans won't give a shit and will just be happy that we're getting more stories with these characters, and you'll make more money.
Exactly.
That's my rant on.
It's odd.
Because that was the thing with Deathstroke. We were finally getting Deathstroke back in Arrow, and then they were like, we want to use Deathstroke in the Batman.
Oh, with Ben Affleck?
Yeah. And they're like, we can't, or at least this is pretty much what I understand from what I've heard and read. But they're like, hey, Arrow can't use Deathstroke anymore because we want to use him in the movies. And look at how well that turned out.
I love
You should have just used Slade Wilson in Arrow because your plan went to shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the news of the week. That's all the news I have.
That's everything you got? I feel like there was other stuff, but yeah.
There might have been other stuff. That's what I had written down, though. And I was kind of trying to keep updated throughout the week every time I heard something.
Was there any comic news?
I didn't see any. I think there was an announcement today.
I don't think we ever talked about solicitations when they came out, by the way.
No, they came out the day that we uploaded, so we just kind of skipped it.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. We got some comics, though, to talk about.
We do have some comics.
You want which one you want to start with?
Your choice, I don't mind.
I'll just get the fast one over with. Spider-Man. I have one thing to say about this issue.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Morbius.
That is it. No. So Lizard's in it.
Lizard is given Morbius
DNA. But in canon right now, in Nick Spencer's run, Lizard and Dr. Connor's separated, so there's two separate things. So the whole time Spider-Man's calling him Connors, what's gotten into you, Dr. Connors, even though Spider-Man knows that the Lizard isn't Dr. Connors anymore. So that's an issue. But also they kind of hint that this is a clone.
Well, hold on. I haven't read it yet, but was it Peter or Ben? It
was Peter.
Oh, it was Peter. Yes, you should know then.
Yeah, it was Peter. They kind of hinted that this is a clone of the Lizard to make like a vampire lizard, but that doesn't change the fact that Spider-Man's like, Dr. Connors, what's gotten into you? Like, it's not Dr. Connors. Anyways, I want Beyond to be over at this point. We're almost there.
We're 93, almost there. That's the end. I think it's the next issue, right? Or does it go to 94?
I thought it went to 94.
Might be 94.
We're almost there.
But 93 is Peter versus Ben is what's promised.
Yeah. I guess Devil's Reign. Devil's Reign.
Yo, fuck Mike Murdock.
Mike Murdock is done.
He did.
Finally. Since Wilson Fisk knew that Matt Murdock was Daredevil, but he didn't know about Mike Murdock, so he went to Matt's apartment, which Mike was in, and he's like, Matt Murdock, no more, and beat Mike to death, killing him instantly. Kristen McDuffie witnessed this. And that's kind of how the issue ended.
That's how it ends. So, like, Kirsten, how you doing? Is it Kirsten or Kristen?
Kristen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
oof. Is she gonna die?
I think so.
No, she can't. I
think so.
But it's gonna be the last part. So that's what's scary.
Nobody gives a flying fuck about Mike Murdock.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have an emotional death in this event, it's not going to be Mike Murdock.
I don't think it'd be Kristen though, because they haven't done much with her.
It's not like Kingpin glares in her direction. She's the only witness to the murder he just committed, and then continues to say, "No more."
Just don't do it, Zdarsky. Don't do it. She hasn't even got back together with Matt yet. Like, I want her to be with Matt.
Yeah, but it seems like Zdarsky's pushing Matt to Elektra anyway.
And it also feels like Matt Murdock, since if Mike's dead, I feel like Matt is going to be like, hey, now Matt's dead. I'm just going to be Daredevil now. Yeah.
Not necessarily, because Kingpin screwed up and killed the wrong guy.
I know, but maybe Kingpin. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So unless they kill Kingpin, because Omega teases, because the solicitation for Omega, the Aftermath issue, teases that New York City is going to be forever changed and still coincide with Kingpin's image. It doesn't necessarily say that Kingpin's in charge, but it says that they're still going to hate superheroes. They literally say, like, what are the heroes going to do when there's like 8 million people that hate them?
Maybe Elektra kills Kingpin.
which I think we're going to go that route because then Elektra's going to be joining the Savage Avengers and Daredevil's also splitting into 2 titles.
2 titles.
Yeah, isn't there a title focused on Matt and a title focused on Elektra?
No, just Matt.
Pretty sure there's 2 series.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
How much you want to bet?
Not that much because I don't want to figure out how to equate to Canadian.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm pretty sure there's just one. Going on the issue again. The champions are in it, which I enjoy that we're actually getting champions.
Oh yeah, because we picked up from where we were left with Rhino. When, by the way, your impression, no offense, was completely god awful.
What was my impression?
I'm not a bad guy no more.
The Rhino.
I am the Rhino.
So the champions go to fight the Thunderbolts, and then Abomination shows up, and he's the Thunderbolt, which makes
that was unexpected.
Yeah, and Jessica
I like
Jones,
how it was such a force that they're like, we need to pull out of here.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is like, all right, we got this. And Miles is like, no. Miles literally says, that's Abomination.
He's like, where have you been?
We have to go, Jess. So yeah, they get out of there fast. Fisk betrays Otto. He commands the weird Hulk creature that Otto Octavius
Don't get
has
me started.
to throw Otto out of the building, but then afterwards Hulk kind of gets back to his senses, like, why did I do that? It's
Again, that is my only gripe with this event. Why in the hell is Doc Ock a part of it?
I don't know.
Like, this issue is so annoying.
Well, then we get the big fight between Otto's army, the Thunderbolts, and the Avengers coming in together.
Did you like
cool
Matt
splash
saying
pages.
assemble?
I did. I did a
I
lot.
like Matt saying assemble.
I think that's the second time he's ever said it. So he just said it once in New Avengers by Bendis. He was a part of the Avengers for like a week. Like New Avengers with Bendis, the second series. Matt joined the Avengers for about a quarter of the run. And it's not a long run either. So he said it once then, and that made me happy. But I think this is the second time, so I enjoyed it a lot.
You might be right on Daredevil. I thought it was splitting into 2 books, one being Matt, one being Elektra.
Just one. Electra's on Savage Avengers. Purple Man reveals that he, using his powers, he's controlled the city to attack the Avengers. And then, yeah, that's kind of where the issue is, because then we get Fisk killing Mike. So now the city has to fight, or the Avengers have to fight the city of New York, but they can't beat them because they're innocent.
Why not?
Because they shouldn't. Be weird if they did.
It'd be funny.
There's an issue of Mighty Avengers where symbiotes control the city. Which is symbiotes come down and rain on New York.
Yeah,
so
but
everyone that's outside, they become symbiotes. No, well, yeah, basically, well, King of Black was like a planet, but this is like, it's just people. And so they had to fight these symbiotes, but they can't hit them hard. So you see something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, no, Devil's Reign. I just hope it doesn't fall flat, because so much has just been like, all right,
I like it.
Doc Ock. All right.
Doc Ock is a weird addition, but I mean,
it's the weirdest part of the
next
event.
month is the finale.
Next month, and you saw Chichetto unveiled the cover, right?
No.
Oh.
Hold on. Is it just Devil's Reign?
Devil's Reign number 6. It's Matt versus Kingpin and Luke Cage versus the Purple Man on the cover. And you just see like Matt and Kingpin going at it, beating each other into the ground.
That's a good cover.
Yeah.
Purple Man.
I mean, it's Chichetto. He doesn't miss.
Great cover. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting that Luke
I thought Jessica would be like fitting to be on the cover with Luke fighting Purple Man of all people, but I guess not. I mean, Jessica was very big in this event, which I was pretty happy about.
I am happy about that too, but Luke kind of has a bigger role being running for mayor.
Going up for mayor.
Wow, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Thor.
Oh my god, Thor.
Oh my god, this was my comic of the week.
I gotta be honest, I didn't really care for the God of Hammers arc, but these last 2 issues were so good.
Yeah, Oh, what the heck? I missed the first. Did I read this?
Did you not read the flashback with Odin and
No,
Thor?
I started with this.
You dumb bitch.
I'm like, what is this? I haven't seen this. Okay.
That
Start-
was the most wholesome part of the issue.
Mjolnir.
And
me.
it set up the ending. Do I need to give you a few minutes to read this right now?
You could start talking. Mjolnir
All
can
right.
hurt you.
You mute yourself. Go into your little realm. All right. Go into your little of the 9 realms. Yeah.
You start talking.
All right, guys. So this is Sean Thoughts right here. So to catch you up on War for Earth 3. But anyway, for those of you who actually care about me liking Suicide Squad and stuff, War for Earth 3 started last week. A little weird so far. Ultraman is just very upset that Superwoman won't have sex with him and instead likes to tie Owlman up with her, barbed wire lasso thing. So that's kind of what's going on there because the Crime Syndicate miniseries is playing a big role. I should cover the what brand this water is because we're not sponsored. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Then the Suicide Squad showed up. One of the doctor lady behind the Suicide Squad, she turned herself into basically Sandman. She now has sand powers. Oddly enough, though, the sand powers also transferred to her glasses. So she injected herself, just completely turned into sand, but her glasses stayed. Interesting choice. You think she would be able to see clearly now, but I guess she still needs sand glasses. And so Amanda Waller completely takes over Earth 3 because basically she does the appeal to Ultraman saying, hey, I know you want to rule this planet, but you know nothing about governing. So let me govern and let you just reap the benefits. And so he says, yeah, sure, why not? So she basically makes her own Justice League with Ultraman, Black Hand, Talon in place of Owlman, who breaks Owlman's back. And then Rick Flag brings his Suicide Squad to the Earth saying, let's get him, thinking that he's going to take Waller on before she does anything. But she already assembled her own team. And Rick Flag's team gets the absolute shit kicked out of them. And that's kind of where we left it. This Rick Flag squad is completely messed over. The squad is still trying to escape. And yeah, that's the story.
Right,
I just recapped Suicide Squad and War for Earth 3 while you read that whole thing.
That sounds good. Is it good or is it not good?
War for Earth 3?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Dang. Okay.
It's not superb because the thing is right now it's only been the thing is Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad part of it is amazing. However, the Crime Syndicate part of it, I feel weighs it down. And now this upcoming week, we're going to be adding Flash and Teen Titans Academy into the mix, which I feel is going to weigh it down even more.
Yep.
Before we end. So right now it's all right.
Okay. Wow. I can't believe I missed this.
Yeah, that was like the most important part of the issue.
The ending makes a lot more sense now.
Really, him hearing his father's voice in the hammer because the souls of the dwarves live in the hammer.
And now his father lives in the... Okay, that makes a lot more
because sense. A solicitation for Banner War, with the Hulk Thor crossover, shows that Odin's spirit is going to be fighting Banner inside Hulk's psyche.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Right?
Huh.
Yeah.
So in this issue, Thor beats the God of Hammers by using the Bifrost to trap it. Which is pretty cool.
So cool.
Uses the Bifrost to
Sif, I will relieve you of your weapon now.
Yeah. Brings the God of Hammers to Nidavellir, to the forge where Mjolnir was created.
That was pretty good pronunciation. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And just beats it down. Like literally takes it as if it's forging it and just slams it against the forge so hard over and over, using the Odin force to break the hammer.
It was such good art too. Just the dialogue, everything, just the boom.
Look at that.
Boom.
Look at that.
It's very good.
Like Thor, I love Daredevil. I love Devil's Reign. I think I finally admit that Thor is the best Marvel comic right now.
Okay, I will still say that in terms of runs, I think Daredevil beats out Thor. However, in terms of current stories, I think God of Hammers, or at least this issue, has been better than what we've gotten in Devil's Reign.
Yeah.
Which, no disrespect to Devil's Reign, I have my gripes about Doc Ock being in the book, but it's been a good story overall. But like this with the, everything, just so good.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's very good.
I've read Thor comics from 2009 to today. So that's a whole generation of Thor.
I will say it is pretty interesting how we went from Thor being a herald of Galactus to like the coolest stories of just Thor.
Yeah, literally. I think this is one of the best stories we've gotten from Thor. No, well, one of the best issues ever. Like 10 out of 10. This is like, oh my, like,
and even also when it's like you're gonna slip into the all sleep and he's like, just give me a weapon.
Yeah.
I need to get this done.
And when he breaks the hammer, it's not like he's like, it is done. He starts crying. Like he breaks down, like he drops the hilt and he's just exhausted. Like his father just died. And
everything
that's been a part of him for thousands.
I didn't interpret that as crying. I just pictured that as fucking hell. And then he just collapses.
Well, it's a lot of emotion instead of it is done. And then he
because it's like that war thing where it's like there's no time to grieve. Now it all hits him and then he just slips into the sleep.
Yeah, and he falls asleep for 4 months, which is the Odin sleep.
And you notice how they called it they called it the all sleep this time. And you notice how they also changed it from the Odin force to him being fueled by the Thor force to show that it's his now.
Yeah.
You notice that little detail?
Do you think we'll get Odin back?
I mean, we're getting his spirit back in Banner War.
But do you think we'll get him back?
I'm sure down the line there'll be a reboot, status quo, reset, something. Like keep in mind, alternate universe Odin is in Valhalla and is the reason why Cosmic Ghost Rider joins the main Marvel timeline. He literally says to Frank Castle, because after Frank Castle gets killed by Silver Surfer Black in Thanos Wins, literally he winds up in Valhalla. And he just keeps beating the shit out of people in Valhalla. And Odin goes to Cosmic Ghost Rider and goes, "You're clearly not happy here. So pick a time and a place, and I will send you there. Free of charge. Just get the hell out of Valhalla." Interesting. And so he sends him back. So Frank Castle goes, "All right, I know where I want to go." And he goes back in time to baby Thanos and tries to kill him, but he can't go through with it. And that's the whole story of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then the best part is that kicks off Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History, because since he's stuck in the past, he just lives out the timeline and like messes with every Marvel moment ever. Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, everything. It's hilarious.
Kind of like that.
I think you would enjoy it. I think they're good. Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History isn't penned by Donny Cates. Cosmic Ghost Rider is, but I still get a kick out of it. I love it.
I might check that out because, oops,
you have Marvel Unlimited. Did you just?
I unplugged my mic by accident.
Oh, I thought you just dropped the issue, and I was like, "Well, there goes the 9.8."
No, I unplugged my mic. I kicked it by accident. Thor wakes up. He's one sad lad.
4 months later.
Yep. But then Angela reveals, "Hey, we reforged Mjolnir. It's back." Looks basically
it's
like
just a hammer.
It looks just like how they're doing in the MCU with the hammer.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a Donny Cates decision, or is that a, hey, can you maybe
make it look like the MCU hammer, so it's got the cracks in it. So Thor, he goes over, goes to pick it up, starts crying, drops to his knees, starts praying, says, "Father, I know somewhere you can hear my prayer. I'm so lost. I can't see the path you." And then Odin speaks to him, saying, "Keep your eyes open, boy."
Yeah, you know, the callback to the beginning of the issue, which was the most important part.
Yeah, exactly. "A king can't rule from his knees," says the hammer. Mm-hmm. Odin's soul's in the hammer. Thor comics are so cool, man.
I mean, that kind of freaks me out. Like your soul gets trapped in the hammer after you die, but
Yeah, that
yeah, it's
sucks.
cool.
That sucks. And then Thor looks up and goes, "Father, to be continued." And next issue is issue 750. See, they changed the cover. Did you notice?
No, I didn't look.
So the original cover, it's going over Odin's body burning, but originally, see where
Odin was in the corner.
Odin's in the corner, but now he's no longer in the corner. It's Beta Ray Bill.
Ah, that was clever.
They put
That
Beta
was
Ray
slick.
Bill there.
I like it.
Yeah, and Thor is holding up Mjolnir, looking down. As its next issue is Odin's funeral. It says it's the 750th issue of Thor, celebrating the Thunder God's 60th anniversary. Thor's creative team of the past and present come together for a funeral of the almighty Odin.
I will say Marvel has a lot of anniversaries this year.
Yeah, they do actually. Stories by
Thor,
Donny
Carnage,
Cates, Nick Klein, Michael
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage is 60?
No, 50.
Oh, 50. Whoa, nice. Jason Aaron's returning to this issue. Walter Simonson, like Al Ewing. We got a lot of writers here.
Huh, my phone's at 1%.
Oh, we better review Superman Son of Kal-El real quick.
No. That doesn't impact the podcast. It just impacts me being able to see my pull list on my phone.
Well, Superman Son of
Also,
Kal-El.
real quick. So, who do you think died in Trial of the Amazons?
Oh, you know, right? You know the answer?
Well, yeah, the issue came out.
Donna. No. Hippolyta.
Yeah, you were right with your first guess. They killed Hippolyta.
My first guess was Donna.
Which is kind of dumb because a preview for Nubia and the Amazons that came out before the issue came out, because it's part 2 of Trial of the Amazons, shows them mourning Hippolyta. So they spoiled it before the issue came out.
Oh, so you gotta do it with the Odin thing.
Previews.
They gotta do it with Odin, where it's they cover it up.
They do that with a bunch of things, like even like when different issues come out the same day, but they're a part of the same story. Like Suicide Squad annual, like the Suicide Squad annual came out the same day as Suicide Squad number 7, and the preview for Suicide Squad number 7, which came out before the 2 issues, revealed that Match was Superboy the whole time, which was the big reveal of the annual, which was like, anyway. So that's the ending of Trial of the Amazons number 1. So Hippolyta dead. But hey, it's not Donna, so JD will be happy. I was kind of hoping JD would be here, but somebody took too long and we couldn't get him on. Because I was gonna, I wanted to play it up and be like, so Donna is alive, and just see his reaction.
Was she in the issue?
Again, I only looked at the ending. I haven't read the whole thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
However, I also skimmed and looked at the ending of Punisher number 1, which I had to read digitally because, again, I forgot to pull things and my shop ran out.
Yeah, that one's selling fast.
As much as people say they don't like the new logo and the new status quo, they sure like to buy it. And so the big question, why did Frank Castle agree to lead the Hand? Because you think he would be completely against it, being that I know he has fought the Hand in the past. And he knows.
Can I guess before you?
Yes.
They brought back his family.
That's pretty good. Close. No cigar. They brought back his wife.
Oh, okay.
So no kids, but they brought back his wife.
Okay.
And so
wow, I pretty much guessed.
Yeah. You see, it. Like the issue ends with him like returning to the Hand's compound, and he takes off the armor, and then he's talking to somebody who's in his bed, and it's Maria, and you even see it's like Maria because the bullet holes have like healed from where she was shot, like in the face, arm, everything. So like Maria's back. So that's the thing. Like it shows that the Hand offered a resurrected Maria as their gift to Frank Castle if he would lead them, which is where I'm wondering, is this just him doing it because he gets to be with Maria, or is there a promise that they'll also bring his kids back? Because right now the kids don't appear to be back. So I'm wondering if this is going to be, I want my kids back, or is this going to be, I accept that my kids can't come back but I'm happy I have Maria back, and I'm gonna punish crime since I can never have my kids back. I wonder if that's how it's gonna go. But the concept makes sense now, which I think that's a good route to go if you're gonna do this story. So I even had somebody in the shop go, they're like, I don't know about this new Punisher title. And I was like, you know what? Give it a chance. Let's see where it goes.
It's Jason Aaron, right?
It's Jason Aaron. And, Jason Aaron, I feel like, obviously his Avengers is a little hit or miss. I didn't mind Challenge of the Ghost Riders. I read that arc and stuff. Avengers Forever is pretty interesting right now.
He wrote a good Thor.
Wrote a good Thor. I'm not crazy about Robbie Reyes being the all rider or whatever. They're basically setting Robbie Reyes up to be the Ghost Rider of all Ghost Riders. Like he's the most important one in the multiverse. I kind of like the idea of just Robbie Reyes being a kid who got gunned down, his uncle's murderous soul, bonded with him, and he was just trying to clean up his community because he cares about it. I like that version of Robbie Reyes better. I don't necessarily like the version of he is the Ghost Rider, the chosen Ghost Rider, the chosen one of Ghost Riders. I don't really like that idea. But hey, Jason Aaron, he's got some good stories. We'll see how Punisher goes.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, I love his Thor. His Doctor Strange is amazing. And so we'll see what happens.
Did you look into the camera for Harper on that one?
I did.
So does Harper like his Doctor Strange or no?
I'm not sure if he's read it, but if he has, hopefully he likes it.
I will say, if there's anything you should read Doctor Strange from the last year, even though it might be the only Doctor Strange from the last year, Harper would have to correct me. But oh my God, Death of Doctor Strange is still so good. I look back on it, I go back to read stuff. It's still so good. It's such a good story.
Well, it's over now too.
It's over now. So once that comes out in trade or on Marvel Unlimited, I would pick it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the first 2 issues on Marvel Unlimited right now.
Okay. That being said, Superman Sonic Hello, also really good. It's basically a Nightwing issue.
Good segue.
It's a Nightwing issue.
No, it's not.
It's
also
Bruno
Superman.
Redondo.
It's a Superman issue as well.
I know it's but just Bruno's art just makes
the ending
feel
pertains
like
more
to
Superman.
Yes.
Superman.
They go after the guys hunting Superman and Nightwing.
The Rising.
Yeah, the Rising.
The Rising.
Cool fight scene. Nightwing has like Spider-Man arm wings essentially.
What did you think of that?
I like it.
Did you like the wingsuit?
I like the wingsuit.
The wingsuit for Nightwing?
I think it works in case you're falling from a high building and you don't have anywhere to like grapple onto.
Well, I also like how they're like, aren't you gonna save your friend? He's like, nah, he's good.
What if he wasn't? Yeah.
I love all the Redondo drawings of like Nightwing's tech, whether it's the batons or whatever. Like
it's always
the Lego
instruction.
Yeah. I always love that stuff.
Yeah, I like that too. It's just showing you how the suit's got more to it than you think. And like if Batman's falling off a building and there's nothing to grapple onto, he uses his cape to glide. Nightwing could do this.
Or he would have a wingsuit.
Or he'll grab onto a gargoyle like he did in City of Owls and Hush. I noticed he did that twice when falling. He just
I was thinking of the
dislocates
Batman with the wingsuit. Or
that too, yeah.
Or that, yeah.
A guy gets blown up by Bendix and right onto Superman, which really hurts John because a guy died in his arms. A guy who
got a great dialogue from it though.
Yeah, great dialogue. And Nightwing even says, he immediately goes, "Are you okay, Nightwing?" And Nightwing's like, "Yeah, you blocked the blast. Are you okay?" And then he looks at John and goes, "Oh, John," and just gives him a hug because John's like, I just.
But then you get the aftermath at the house, which was beautiful dialogue.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say there was nothing you could do, but I get it. Like the way he talks, it's just so good.
Dick talks to John, being like, I'm not gonna guilt you into this because I understand what happened. Like, I've been in the same situation before, and he has, One odd what do you think about how John mentioned when he was on Earth 3 for 5 years? He said he imagined that he dreamt that Nightwing would show up. What do you think of that?
I thought that was a little cliche, but
little forced.
I thought it was a little forced, but like
at
the same time, who did John know as a kid?
Superman.
Yeah, but like
You think his
Superman
dad,
and Damian and that like John doesn't
Batman.
know, and Batman. Like I like the idea that like, because we were talking about like how would John really get lost and not be found? Like if that's his only experience getting lost, and like the only time he got truly lost, Nightwing and Batman showed up to save him. And obviously Batman was not the friendliest of the bunch. It was Nightwing.
Mhm.
I don't think it, I think it was not, while it is dramatic dialogue, I don't think it's completely out of the question to say that. I don't think it would be he was only thinking of Nightwing. I took it as, he thought back to that and was hoping something like that would happen.
He probably thought of his dad mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah. I see what you mean.
Also, he was on Earth 3, so again, everything is now canon, but this crime syndicate is vastly different than that one.
From the one we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the comics I read. That's all what you read too, right? That you wanted to discuss.
That's all I've read as of right now.
Yeah.
I'll be reading more tomorrow and tonight.
What's up next week? Do you know?
Yeah, I do know, because in case you guys don't know, and if you want to give them a read, I do them every Thursday. Every Thursday, I publish stories on CBR that reminds you what's coming out from Marvel and DC.
So you're actually like, okay.
Yeah, I tell you, I literally have.
You're
them...
actually the guy that tells you what's coming out.
Well, yeah, I give you a reminder. I burn it into your head.
Nightwing 90 with Wally West.
Yep. Next week is the Wally West
a beautiful
Nightwing
cover.
crossover.
Beautiful cover.
Beautiful
Flash
cover.
is also out, hey? Oh, but it's Warfare 3.
Warfare 3. World's Finest. Mark Waid kicks off next week.
Ooh. Okay.
And then Blue and Gold has its penultimate issue. Yeah, that's pretty much what's notable in terms of what you guys are interested in. I believe
League is still happening.
Justice League is still
74
happening.
Though, so we're one away.
It's the one before Death of the Justice League, yes.
This is and right now, last issue.
Right now, Black Adam's like possessed by a Lord of Chaos or something in Justice League.
Oh, you still reading Justice League?
Yeah, a little bit. I skim it, and then when I have the time, I go back and dive in. But I know it's going on in it. They were kind of setting it up to be like they're teasing before Death of the Justice League that Black Adam is the one who snaps and kills the Justice League, because they were like, oh, he's a villain. What do you know? He's turning bad. He's going to kill everyone, because Zatanna, Dr. Fate, everybody has a vision of Black Adam killing the Justice League. But then Black Adam basically gets like possessed by a Lord of Chaos or whatever. Jeez. I can't remember if that was the end of 72 or 73. Again, I got to dive back into it, but yeah.
You know what's crazy that's coming out next week?
Preto.
The final issue of Green Lantern.
Is number 12 the final issue?
Yep, it was canceled. Sales weren't doing well, reviews were bad, and honestly, they're going to kill John off. So, yeah.
They're killing... in
Death of the
Justice League. Yeah. I thought you meant in this issue. I was like, what?
No, Death of the Justice League.
As for Marvel, Marvel has a super light week next week. Marvel went from dishing out like 16 titles a week for the last 2 months, and now next week there's only 8 issues coming out.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's going to be Carnage starts its new series next week, and then there's some one shots. So you get Eternals, the Heretic, yep. Whatever it's called, and then you're also getting the Trial of the Watcher.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I will be picking up Nightwing. I think that might be it.
I'm picking up.
God, that Kingspawn cover so good.
I'm picking up World's Finest.
World's Finest. Yeah, I'll probably pick that. Yeah.
I'm picking up Detective Comics. I'm pretty much reading everything. Who am I kidding?
I mean, World's Finest. It's Mark Waid, like, and it's Mark Waid, but it's also Dan Mora. Like, you can't go.
Yeah, the first story though, they're teaming up with the Doom Patrol. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't really know Doom Patrol, honestly. I know I hear the show's great, but
you didn't read Milk Wars?
And that's a hero story. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm sorry not a lot of us were on, but we'll see what we
It's
get
not
to.
like one of us screwed up, and that's why
Yeah,
not a lot of us were on.
we don't know. Next week we'll be talking about the comics we were just talking about. World's Finest by Mark Waid. JD I know is reading that too, so that's another comic for JD to talk about, if assuming he's on the show.
I'm gonna have to catch up JD on well, actually, JD, if you listen to this podcast, you will hear my brief recap of War for Earth 3 while Hunter was catching up on Thor, and then you will be all prepared for Flash.
Exactly, there you go.
Yeah, because that's the thing, like Flash is going to be a part of War for Earth 3, and right now in War for Earth 3, in the first 2 issues, Teen Titans Academy and the Flash do not show up once.
Awesome.
So they're just getting thrown into it halfway through the event.
Thanks for joining us on a hero story. If you want us to do anything special next week, like a quiz or something, because we don't know what news is coming out, there's no movies or anything, and there's not that many comics. Like World's Finest is huge, but we can't talk about that the whole episode. So,
but Hunter can talk about his deep-seated history as a model.
Bye. Secret identity.